Welcome to another edition of Ask the Fat Doctors with T. Fox.
You know, you guys do have a, just hard-headed, just hard-headed. I just don't understand you sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, just don't. Yeah, you can be a little simple.
Just say stupid. You can't say it.
You can be very simple.
You're nice. That's one thing I love about you, T.
Dr. Braxton Cosby.
The sound that they hear after they occlude your artery when that cuff goes up.
Okay, now I really...
After you close it off.
Close it off. You're talking about when you squeeze the arm.
Not just you squeeze, when the cuff squeezes.
When the cuff squeezes your arm, that's called...
It actually closes off that brachial artery. Occlude. Okay. Occlude is what that guy did in Waco. Okay.
Why do you always introduce me last?
And Jamie Dukes.
That was Dr. Dukes. My doctorate, there's no period. It's a dash and a space.
Yes.
So therefore, that way I don't have to worry about getting sued.
Ask the Fat Doctors is powered by the Put Up Your Dukes Foundation.
I had outer body experience where, when I'm working out, I felt...
Jamie.
How far out did you go out of the body?
I mean, like really out of the body. I mean, just, and telling myself, you gotta work out. Fat boy, you gotta work out.
You must work out.
Were you outside of your body looking at yourself? Had you moved there?
That is
but mine is Mike Tyson, actually. He's the guy that motivates me. Look here, Dukes. You better get your fat butt up right now and start working out. I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Welcome to another edition of Ask the Fat Doctors with myself, T. Fox, along with to my right, my friend, my buddy, my pal.
Hi.
Dr. Jamie Dukes.
Thank you, street doctor.
Colon slash
That's correct.
Semicolon, comma.
But I got street cred a whole lot more than the other guy over there.
Right, which is to my left.
Who's got all the book stuff.
Right, which he's, deep into his medical journal right now. And Braxton is back.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Dr. Braxton Cosby to my left. How's it going?
Oh, good.
Good. So you're back. We're excited. We're excited to talk about it. Yeah, he's kind of relaxed.
Yeah, he's with Bill.
I was looking at this thing, stasis dermatitis.
Yeah.
I was kind of caught off.
Yeah, you was in your medical journal.
Were you in a stasis when you were with your Uncle Bill?
I tell you, it was amazing. It was a blessing, man. Just kind of hanging out with a guy and who has done so much over the years, and so many people just came to him and was like, "Oh, thank you for the show. Thank you for the."
Okay, well now listen. Recap so everybody that's listening. Yeah, let's just
round it back. Okay.
Yeah, recap and tell everybody where you've been and how it went.
Okay, well, back in January, was able to go up to New York City, and I did a co-book signing with my uncle there at the.
And who is your uncle?
My
once
uncle
again?
is Bill Cosby.
William Cosby,
philanthropist,
third or fourth,
author, blah blah, the whole nine
TV
yards.
exec, the Cosby Show, ...
You guys know him,
and he will be my uncle at the end of the show. At the end of the show, he will be my uncle too.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, for sure.
However we work that out, I'm sure we can get that going.
Oh, absolutely. Please believe.
Did you mention me?
Please believe.
Yes, I did.
Did you say, hey,
I threw you in there. I said, and you know what? He knew who you were.
Did you show? Just JD and see.
Well,
you got to ask for yourself.
Yeah, you did.
He asked for himself.
He asked for the shot. I said, Jamie Dukes, entrepreneur. He's like, oh yeah. I said, oh okay, good.
Oh my, but you didn't say and do you know T. Fox?
See what had happened.
Radio personality.
When I was about to do that,
former TV
he went ahead and ordered like a spread of lobster, and I got thrown off at the restaurant.
Oh my gosh, just left me outside.
Once they bring the lobster out, you kind of gotta get quiet.
Oh, that's the bougie part.
But the question is, did you get seconds though?
No, I did not. I actually had to stop.
We had a conversation about this, and actually, it's a great rule to think about. We got a lot of interesting things to talk about today, but just talking about these little things that cause us to get in trouble as it pertains to weight. Right. And one of the things we're going to talk about is Rick Warren and the effects of the
Rick
Daniels
Warren, the pastor out in California. Yeah.
Everybody's doing the Daniels fast. My mom did it. My wife did it just recently. Angela. Yes. And who
Rick
else?
Warren.
He's Purpose-Driven Life.
Yeah, Purpose-Driven Life.
Yes. Sold about 8 gazillion of those books.
8 gazillion. That's about right.
8 gazillion of those books. But one of the interesting points that we were talking about was how just one of the rules he uses is never go back for seconds.
No second.
Is that your rule? No seconds?
That's what Rick had in this article that we looked at. But that's one of my rules is I tell people who are really trying to lose weight, don't go back. I don't care if you have like 3 plates on one.
Gotcha.
On your first go round. don't go back. Get out of the habit of going back.
Okay, all right. Stick a pin in that. We got that. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later on in the show. I want you to finish telling us about the trip, the book signing, Uncle Bill. How did that go?
The Hugh Mann book signing was in New York City that night in Harlem. Fantastic crowd came out. A young lady named Marva Allen. She runs the joint, and she just had it all laid out. We were able to just kind of joke and everything. If you go to my website, you can end up seeing some of the video footage that they had on there.
And that website is
www.braxtonacosbygodson.com. So you'll see the videos on there. Then we flew down to North Carolina on Friday and did Barnes and Noble down in Raleigh, Durham, right in between Duke and UNC. It was crazy, So
yeah, I was about to say, can you smile a little bit? Give me a little bit more energy behind this. This is a pretty exciting time.
Yeah, but they're blue bloods though. Cosby's.
Oh, they are blue bloods.
The Huxtables. I mean,
they're cool like
he made that show for a reason.
Yeah. Right. Because
so that's the blue blood in him.
Yeah, because this is the Dr. Cosby, the real Dr. Cosby.
Right. So that's what we're seeing now.
That's cool.
Let me ask you this. I always, what did you learn in this process?
Wisdom, man. This man, when he speaks, he can move. I saw how he just literally moved people around.
Yeah, he work them around. Yeah.
He knew coming in who he was going to deal with, and he would bait him in and then move him. Then you get the next one and move him. And I mean, you can just sit there as like you behind the scenes. You're just like, wow, he's just really moving. I mean, he didn't get rattled. We did a couple of press conferences. A couple of guys come out with some crazy questions.
Yeah, you always get tested.
He just moves them left from right. I mean, and engages them. Not just like, I'm not answering that. And then go to somebody. He engages them, makes sure that he looks at them eye to eye, and he handles it. And it was just amazing. It really was.
Yeah.
And then we had some time just kind of chatting one-on-one just about the business of things in the books and expectations. And, man, it was really amazing.
What did he leave you with when it was all said and done from the standpoint? I ain't talking about dropping a little something on you.
Right.
Let me hold something. I ain't talking about letting you hold something.
They get let something for the girls get to
if you had a pearl of wisdom that you pulled out of the experience, what would the one or two pearls of wisdom?
If I would go with two, Jamie, the first one would be your real blessing comes when you are able to do what you love, but it actually touches other people. Sure. It's not about you, because this man loves comedy. He loves entertainment. 74 years old. Within 2 days, did 2 book signings, and then 2 more days would have 4 shows. Now, why is he still working? It's because he loves what he's doing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that was one, and the return on that is just amazing. But also, really believing in what you do, and really believing that like what you've been called to do realistically has the potential to be something as long as you're passionate about it. I asked him. I said, how did you stay in what you wanted to do, what you envisioned yourself doing? And I know over the years somebody had to come to you and say, hey, you should curse, you should do your act like this. I said, somebody had to say that to you. I said, how'd you stick with it and you're still relevant today? People today can still listen to your shows. I mean, look at your shows, listen to your records, and it's still relevant today. And he said, you just really got to believe in what you're doing, and you've got to take it that seriously and execute and not waste a lot of opportunities. So it was big to me.
Good. And actually, what you just said, we're going to expound on that maybe on another show.
Cool.
But when you talk about, passion and you talk about being committed, all of those buzzwords are actually very, very applicable to what we talk about on this show. Mm-hmm. Because although we talk about health and wellness, and most of the time when we talk about health and wellness, it's people think physical,
right?
About the physical body, which that is number one. But there's other parts of us,
sure,
that is about
mental,
the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, all of that's health. All of that's health and wellness that we need to also pay attention to. Okay, Braxton, welcome back though.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I'm glad to be back.
Yeah,
fantastic time, and we just continue to just keep moving in 2012.
Good. And what's the website again?
www.braxtonacosbygodson.com.
Okay, I know this might be a lot to remember, but also.
I mean, I would have.
Well, no, I didn't.
I would have gone.
I wasn't.
Braxton Cosby.
I
stopped.
didn't.
I mean, he had to go there. Braxton Cosby and
God's.
What's up? Holla at me, dog.com.
The deuces and looses.
You could have just, because and learning what you learned. just take that little bit of fruit from me.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
what you learn next time, just do Braxton Cosby.
Right. That's
I came home and got a little fruit from Jamie.
Yeah.
Had a little meat on the road, a little
A
fruit
little
from Jamie.
salad. See,
I'm not going back for seconds though.
Right. That you can also hit us up at on Facebook. It's simply Ask the Fat Doctors. It's just that simple. Maybe not so much as Braxton's, but just on Facebook, it's Ask the Fat Doctors. It's that simple. Hit us up on Facebook.
Well, the real website is Ask the Fat Doctors, and if they don't get back to you, send us an email.com.
Right.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it. And any questions, comments, concerns that you may have, hit us up on Facebook. Again, simply at Ask the Fat Doctors, and also you can Twitter and tweet us also at Ask the Fat Docs. That's DOCS. Okay, at Ask the Fat Docs, and we'll get your question, your comment, and concern on the air. The Southern Belle, who has shown us all how to cook with heavy cream and butter, well, she's got lots of problems, and we'll talk about that right after this.
Do you have questions about how to manage your weight problem? Do you just want to lose 20 pounds? Do you need to lose 100 pounds? I'm Dr. Braxton Cosby, and I want to tell you about AskTheFatDoctors.com. Log on and submit your excess weight-related questions, and we will guide you to the right weight management solution to get the job done. For those of you who are battling diseases like sleep apnea, breast and prostate cancer, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and other comorbidities, the truth is, excess weight is in many cases a contributing factor. AskTheFatDoctors.com wants to help you. We've assembled an army of the best doctors in the world to get you the answers you need to get that weight off, which may be hampering your quality of life. At AskTheFatDoctors.com, privacy is our motto. Your questions will be submitted in a secure environment, and we will respond directly to you. You have our word on that. So log on to AskTheFatDoctors.com and find the solutions you need to get that excess weight off and fight the diseases of excess weight.
Hey there, this is T. Fox. Got a question for you. Are you looking for a way to lose some of that excess weight and drop a few pounds? Now, if you said, why, yes, I am, you're probably thinking losing weight can't be much fun, but you're wrong. It's time to get your Chatricise on. You've tried a lot of things, jogging, aerobics, not much fun, right? Well, Chatricise is just for you. Chatricise is based on the super popular cha-cha slide, the shuffle, and the other line dances. You know, all the ones you've enjoyed at family reunions, at parties, and during a night on the town. In addition to our traditional Chatricise workout, we're also proud to offer Boomers Chatricise. Boomers Chatricise is for our seasoned folks in the prime of their lives, and it'll be sure to get everything moving and flowing. Chatricise is affordable for everyone. For only $9.95 plus shipping and handling, get the workout routine that will change your life. I know you've heard it before, but this is for real. Chatricise will change your life. And Boomers, we have an AARP discount of $7.95 plus shipping and handling for you. So you know what to do. Get your Chatricise on today. Log on to Chatricise.com. That's CHATCHERSIZE.com.
I'm Jamie Dukes, retired NFL player and current NFL Network analyst. The diseases of excess weight are taking a toll on the brown community, which includes African Americans, Mexican, Latino, and individuals of Asian descent. That's why the AARP's multicultural outreach is taking the lead to provide you with relevant tools like Chatricise. You know the AARP is more than just discounts. Did you know the AARP has cutting-edge programs to help boomers take the first steps towards financial freedom? We can help you devise a strategy to manage your money, control your mortgage debt, control consumer debt, and give you the strategy to maintain healthy credit. Boomers, it's time to learn everything AARP has to offer. Log on to AARP.org and make that first step today.
And we are back here at Ask the Fat Doctors with, of course, Jamie Dukes, Braxton's Cosby. I don't know why I just roll over the X and that C and the S. There's an X
like
and an S
docs.
and a C and, that kind of thing. That's the Fat Docs. And we are joined also on the phone by our own favorite doctor, Dr. Terry Fulham. Welcome to the show.
Thanks. Good evening.
Okay, and we are going to be talking now about the Southern Belle, the notable TV chef, right?
Right.
Paula Deen. This is a little bit. This is really a little bit
controversy.
troubling.
I don't understand what the big controversy is. Go ahead.
The big controversy, from what I understand now, is because she I don't know why she came out and finally admitted that she has
she's
diabetes.
endorsing. Well, no, hang on. She's endorsing some diabetes meds now.
Oh, it's about money.
Well, I'm not saying.
Okay,
see, I'm not going to say.
There it is.
It's about endorsing.
It's about the money.
It's about awareness.
It's about the money.
Endorsing.
It's not about the money.
It's about the money.
Here's the story.
That's why she came out.
Paula Deen is coming.
There may have been an issue where she was afraid that the story may get out, so it's better if it comes out by her.
Well, it is
a personal issue, but if she's going to start endorsing diabetic meds and some other things like that, then
well, I mean,
I can see where she would want to have control over letting that kind of information out to the public.
Well, absolutely. From a PR standpoint, you want to be in front of the story, not behind the story. However, the reason why she is coming out with the story is because she is going to take some money in order to endorse
But here's the thing, and as somebody who took some money to endorse a product I believe the product has saved my life, and I think Dr. Fulham would agree that and I have the Realize band for those who don't know, and the path that I was heading, and we know that story was not a good path.
No, it was not.
So I reached out actually to J&J and told them I wanted to endorse the product. I believe that much, and particularly because in the African American community, we don't know anything about solutions. I mean, it just seems as though we are the last ones to get any information pretty much on anything. And so for me, it was a way for me to go and use my brand and be able to go out and be promote the fact that I had this procedure done, because some of the other folks in the industry weren't promoting the fact that they had something done, and it could be a great help because of obesity, it's something people felt they had to be ashamed of. So tying that all up, I'm just saying, Paula, I'm glad she's come out and is endorsing something.
Yeah, but the controversy comes from how Paula teaches everybody and shows everybody how to cook, how to cook deep fried cheesecake, and the heavy cream.
Had it yet?
What is she using? The light oil
and the butter and all the what else does she cook? All those foods that she cooks, with all the butter and the creams and the grease and all that kind of stuff. None of that is good. All of that is the type of eating that contributes to type 2 diabetes. Am I not right, Dr. Fulham?
You're absolutely right.
Okay.
And hopefully she'll change her menus and what
her
she's
presentation.
Teaching. I think she's going to have to now that the health condition is now out to the public. It's really not going to be good for her to be, teaching everybody how to cook fried foods and foods with a lot of butter and things that are not good for you now that she's trying to be healthy.
Well, but I get my only thing. Well, two things here, Doc. The first is, and either one of you docs can chime in on this, is, and this goes back to the biblical sense for me. Having another worker in the vineyard to me is more important than anything else, i.e. someone with a brand like she has developed. It can be no better story than somebody who we know for all the things that you point out, T, the hot fried grease sandwich, pickled, filleted, whatever.
Right.
And so this person now has an opportunity and a means to be able to see, because I don't have a problem with the fried butter if you're doing it in moderation. That was one of the reasons why I selected the Realize band, is because I knew I could eat all of the same things I was eating from a palate standpoint. I just was eating less.
Okay, so you said you don't have any problems with the fried butter?
Well, whatever, the deep fried cheesecake.
Right, okay.
Because it's all about moderation. That's what this should be all about.
Why don't you chime in on that, Dr. Cosby? Is it all
her reputation to be standing out there? Everybody knows that she's diabetic. She's taking diabetic meds, and she's telling you how to make a fried grease sandwich. I mean, I can't see how that would be a positive. Give her a positive.
Yeah, it's the turning away from it. Like, what's the end game? Like, okay, you made this statement that, hey, I have diabetes. I'm endorsing these meds. I think diabetes is something that can be changed. I think you can affect your life. If you're saying those types of things, and you go, all right, now on today's show, I'm gonna show you how to fry a turkey. I mean, I just don't know how.
Peanut oil or something. I mean,
if we
turkey ain't bad.
We can make some changes to it. But if you're gonna put the batter on it, I'm gonna batter this boy up with the shake and bake and then drop it.
Drop it in it, and it's a bar.
It's not just the diabetic medicine, but it's altering your eating, what you eat, it's exercise, it's weight loss, it's all of that. So it's not just, I could eat a fried grease sandwich because I'm taking my diabetes
meds,
medicine.
right?
Well, but so let me ask you. So what you're saying, Doc, is that we just have to, if you have a situation like that, or let's just say you're diabetic, you're just saying you have to refrain from those things completely. They just have to go off
because of the diabetes. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And I even take it further than I think you have a responsibility if you're a chef on TV to teach people and show people how to cook responsibly. I mean, I just think in today's world, with the obesity epidemic and the direction that America is heading, I think it's really your responsibility to show us how to cook and cook in a way that's healthy.
Right.
So it can be done.
So you're saying the personal responsibility piece, because we're just giving up on people having some kind of accountability in their own. So you're just saying the heck with that. The hell with that.
No, I don't think that's what he's saying.
I mean, celebrities carry a lot of weight.
Exposure to thousands or millions of people.
Right. When you have that type of influence,
that's what I'm saying.
But here's my message in responsibility. For example, one of the groups that I believe it should be, who gets vilified. One of the companies that gets vilified that I think should not be vilified is McDonald's.
Right.
Absolutely.
Sure.
And the reason I say that is because McDonald's is the largest seller of salads in the world. They're the largest seller of apples in the world. I love.
In the last 5 years.
Right.
Well, I know, but
8 years ago.
But it's better they got there than not. But better they got there than not getting there.
At the end of the day,
so the whole point
is choices.
They're still dropping 1,000-calorie hamburgers.
Well, that's okay too.
Calorie medium fries on you.
That's okay. But my point is,
I'm not letting McDonald's off the hook. I'm not.
I'm letting them off the hook because I think it's about it's my responsibility.
They still broke the law.
Well, I mean the only reason why is that
broke the law.
The only reason why is that Jamie loves their fish sandwiches.
I had one last night.
And he loves their.
But I'll bust a salad on you in a second. And
he loves their quarter pounders too.
But he tells us that he gets a salad.
Yeah,
I'm not convinced.
On the side.
I do.
But at the end of the day,
put the filet fish right on the salad.
That's what I was saying. That's what we was gonna go with. Next, we're gonna chop the salad up. We chop the filet fish up and then lay it on the salad.
It's a fish salad.
But at the end of the day, it all comes down to choices.
That's what I think.
But Jamie, you are trying to still sneak in some stuff around the corner and up around the side and the back. When you say, okay, it's about moderation, no, you cannot eat deep fried cheesecake in moderation and
yes,
that be okay.
Can. Because, for example,
once a year?
But for me,
moderation.
No, but for me,
twice a year.
In other words, I had to find a tool to help me be able to eat in moderation.
Make the better choice.
You know what I'm saying? But there's also the other part of the choices on the kinds of foods. And again, I go back to the reason that I chose the band was because I could still eat. If I wanted to go have that piece of fried whatever, I could. Now, I know I had to work it off. I know there was some exercise and some other things that in order to do that.
That's the key.
The sacrifice.
That's the difference.
Right.
See, that's why everybody can't do that. Because you work out every day.
Well,
I mean, workout. I ain't talking about none of those, the 80% of people who say they work out
on a treadmill.
And I guess a lousy workout's better than no workout at all. But you see them in the gym. They don't really do a whole lot.
Not a lot.
They go, but I'm not putting them down because it's better than sitting on the couch watching TV. But Jamie, you work out. You work at it. You calorie count. You know how many calories you put in your body every day. If you're going to be like that, you're using apps on your phone, and every time you put something in your mouth, you're counting it, and you know where you are, and you make the adjustments, and you know how many calories you can put in, how many calories you can take out. Then yes, you can have that one piece of fried chicken.
You mean the deep fried chicken?
One piece of fried chicken turns out to be a bucket.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that
it's a piece on Monday, and then it's a piece, and then maybe some chips on Tuesday, and then it takes 3,500 calories to lose a pound. And next thing you know, they're not losing; they plateaued, and then they get frustrated. And you know what happens when people get frustrated?
Sure. Now this is what
we gotta go to break. We're gonna pick us up on the other side of the break and then talk about something else.
Okay. We are about to go to break, and the question going into the break is, you probably think fasting means no food, right? But that's wrong, and we'll talk about the difference in that. And really, when we come back from break, I've got to make one more point about Paula Deen.
Yeah, we can pick this up.
We got to pick this up on the other
love
side.
me some Paula Deen.
Oh, yeah. She's got some real interesting things that she has said, the reason why she held her diagnosis back. But we'll talk about that, and we'll talk about fasting, and we'll tell you the difference in the fast. We'll do that after this.
I'm Jamie Dukes, retired NFL player and current NFL Network analyst. The diseases of excess weight are taking a toll on the brown community, which includes African Americans, Mexican, Latino, and individuals of Asian descent. That's why the AARP's multicultural outreach is taking the lead to provide you with relevant tools like Chatricize. You know the AARP is more than just discounts. Did you know the AARP has cutting-edge programs to help boomers take the first steps towards financial freedom? We can help you devise a strategy to manage your money, control your mortgage debt, control consumer debt, and give you the strategy to maintain healthy credit. Boomers, it's time to learn everything AARP has to offer. Log on to aarp.org and make that first step today.
Hi, family. This is Claude Mitchell. I'm the president of the Put Up Your Dukes Foundation. Here today to talk to you about one of our initiatives called the Billion Pound Blitz. The Billion Pound Blitz is a grassroots initiative that has an ambitious goal of losing 1 billion pounds annually. That's right, I said 1 billion pounds. Did you know the diseases of excess weight are taking a toll on the brown community, which includes African Americans, Mexicans, Latino, and individuals of Asian descent? Truth of the matter is that we can't afford not to do something. Did you know the U.S. government spent $165 billion last year on excess weight-related illnesses? That's more than they gave all the Wall Street banks combined for the bailout. If you're interested in more information on how you can be a part or how your organization can be a part of this movement, log on to www.billionpoundblitz.com. Once again, that's www.billionpoundblitz.com.
Okay, and we're back, and we're talking about Paula Deen and this controversy that she has. Paula Deen, everybody know, is the chef and the TV star. You know, the Southern Belle.
Southern
you know,
Belle.
Everybody loves her. You know, she just looks so squeezable and so nice, and she just reminds you of your
What's gonna come out
of an aunt.
if you squeeze her?
Right. Right. What is gonna come out if you squeeze it? Now, you know, she revealed that she had diabetes, but what she said is that she kept her diagnosis private as she and her family were trying to figure out what to do. Now, she didn't say how long. Now, she's an older lady now. She's 65, so she's an older, mature, I'll just say a mature lady. And she said she did it because they were trying to figure out what to do, presumably because of her career being built on this Southern cooking and the comfort.
And that's a serious thing to have to deal with when you built your brand on something what she has done.
Sure, because now it looks like a fraud.
Well, I don't know if it's so much a fraud as what do I do? You know, I see now how I'm a diabetic because
of how I've been eating.
Conclusion I came to. The reason why she's diabetic now because she's been eating all that food.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Right.
And talking about over all those years.
But she's made millions.
But here's the thing:
while
she was thinking, she didn't stop cooking.
That's true.
I'm thinking, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the show today. I'm
gonna continue.
Going
to
back
push
to Dr.
this.
Fulham's point earlier, it's about the moderation. I can't trust a person who is morbidly obese to understand what moderation is.
Fair.
I mean, because, you know, like you say, moderation may be one piece of chicken for me, maybe a bucket for them. Like, well, I only had, last time I used to eat 2 buckets.
I got to go New Jack City on you.
Right.
It was the Chris Rock character. It keeps calling me.
Stop
it just keeps calling me.
Right. And that's serious.
The fried chicken keeps calling me.
And you know, that goes back to discipline, goes back to choices, goes back to lifestyle. And what Dr. Fulham said about you, Jamie, you were committed to that. You was like, okay, I'm going way, way, way down the wrong road. I'm gonna get this band.
That was just a catalyst for Jamie.
Yeah.
You know, he needed that jumping off point.
But you know, it's almost like, you know, I mean, to go back to, you know, the New Jack City piece, what you just said about Chris Rock. What was calling him? Let's see. What was calling him was a drug. And everybody has to bottom out someplace.
Food is a drug.
And I think food is a drug.
Food is addictive.
Oh, sure.
Much more addictive than drugs, if you ask me.
No,
I mean, what do you think about that, Doc? Is that fair to say?
I agree 100%.
Oh, for
Psychology
sure.
of eating is bigger than the actual eating
Maybe
itself.
the only comfort that a lot of people have.
Oh, I'm telling you. I mean, I was a victim of
Are
that.
you through beating up on Paula Deen now?
I think I'm through with Paula. I guess now.
I ain't mad at Paula because I appreciate her being, like I said, I
think we need to all roll down to
said,
Savannah and go to the restaurant and
maybe we'll do a show from the restaurant.
Well, now
maybe we'll do a podcast from down there.
The last thing she did say.
I think we should invite her on the show.
Yeah, you know what that?
Tell her own story.
Yeah, she's gonna be on she's gonna be on a whole bunch of people's shows, I'm sure. To try to tell her story. Now, she said it isn't clear how much or if she'll continue to eat while she promotes the health conscious recipes that she's going to try to now sneak into,
why you got to use the word sneak and slither and backdoor? she's got to sneak it in. She's hit a turning point in her life,
right?
And I applaud the fact that she's hit this turning point, so that she can now bring awareness. Because who better for people to listen to about, you know what, I got to change what I'm doing. Yeah. You've been a fan of mine for all these years, and I'm telling you now, and being transparent to you, what I've led you down the path of has not been good.
But when you get
buy this new book I got. I got a new book I'm selling, and take these meds while you're at it.
Right.
But when you get a platform, you got to be responsible on the platform.
You're absolutely right. You're right. Now I got Dr. Cosby over here to my left being all serious about it. Yeah, that's true. When you do have a platform, you're supposed to be responsible.
That was profound. I like that.
Yeah, he's kind of laid back looking at me.
Well, he's just so I know you didn't know this, Fulham, but Brax was with his Uncle Bill. On a book tour with Uncle Bill.
Last week.
Yeah, last week. So and he's come back and he's like totally brand new.
Yeah, he's
here we go.
He truly is. It was Brax. We used to call him Brax. Now it is Braxton. No, it's Braxton Cosby.
But he did sign his book to me from BC to BC, so that was pretty cool.
Oh, see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? So he's over here, kind of laid back. I'm surprised he don't have a smoking jacket on.
Exactly, Doc. It's been real different tonight, Doc. That's all I got to say. Braxton.
Bill spoke or gave or I guess spoke at the Howard Legacy Leadership way back. Oh man, this was in the 90s. Late 80s, but maybe 90 or 91. And I was part of that committee, that program committee. So I actually got a chance to talk to him. And two things I was amazed at. One was his size. He's not a small man. He's a big man.
Yeah.
And which reflects, his athletics and all that in his past. But he is hilarious, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
naturally funny.
Yeah, I had to tell him to stop so that my sides could stop hurting. So I could catch my breath.
Well,
and I was just sitting and talking to him. He was great.
Braxton has actually taken the chill side of his uncle that he's been displaying tonight.
Yeah,
so he hasn't cracked
reading
us up, and all this. He's kind of got the doctor hat on. So we're talking about
y'all are really tripping.
We're talking about this eating, and I know we're going to get into the fasting, and most of the time when people think about fasting, they think fasting is no food, but that's not true, because there's this new.
There's lots of different fasts out there.
I hate to call it a fad.
It's a plan.
But it's a plan. Yeah. Okay.
Well, it's the Daniel fast. It's called the Daniel fast. It's a biblical character Daniel, and apparently. So what do you eat? How does it work?
Yeah. Well, the Daniel fast, from what I understand, is real simple, real plain. No meat, no sweets. Everything out of the earth, anything that grows out of the ground, that's what you eat. Right. Don't eat anything outside.
This Daniel plan was what interests me. It was Rick Warren, pastor out in the West Coast, got books, Purpose Driven Life.
Yeah.
The plan, the overall was his saying was, if it's grown on a plant, you eat it. If it's made in a plant, then you don't eat it. If it's made in a factory, like if they manufacture it inside of a plant.
Oh, in a plant.
Well, and I even went to the next level, like the dehydrogenated things, all that stuff that's not natural.
Oh, if it's made in a manufacturing plant.
Exactly. And then he said he doesn't eat, he avoided the sweets, and he doesn't go back for seconds, which I truly advocate. Don't go back twice.
But Dr. Fulham, let me ask you this question as it pertains to that, because one of the things I was a little hesitant, especially given, it might have been just my flesh and my propensity for meat. Could have been it, but I'm just going to say, I might have blamed it on my condition, in that because of my band and the limited quantities that I can eat, I was concerned, not having protein in my diet. And yeah, you can eat nuts, but I was concerned about that. What is your thought on a diet such as that, where you're getting your protein, I guess, through your nuts and things of that nature. How do you feel about it?
Oh, I think it's great. Tofu and some of the other vegetable proteins and things that are out there. I think when you have that kind of a diet, you probably have to add a supplement.
Mm-hmm.
Those kinds of diets are a little bit more expensive. They require a little bit more time and effort and thought into getting what you need to get. Otherwise, you can develop some vitamin deficiencies and things like that. But there are people who have very elaborate types of meals. Dr. Tapscott, who's a bariatrician at our program,
she's a beast.
pescatarian, and I mean, she has barbecue tofu and salmon flavored tofu. I don't like any of it. I mean, I'm not even gonna pretend like I do because I taste it and it doesn't taste good to me. But she loves it. And then, how many different ways can you make greens and spinach, which I do love. And so sometimes they'll bring things to work that taste very, very good. When you talk about food addictions, I think that meat craving is another type of an addiction that you miss out. But Wednesdays is actually my vegetarian day. I don't eat meat on Wednesdays. And I always feel a little bit better, a little less stuffed when I don't eat meat and when I don't eat a lot of bread.
All of that clogs up your colon. You can't. Yeah, it's difficult breaking that down.
Moves. Keep it moving.
Oh man.
Smooth move tea, man. That's what I'm saying.
Smooth move tea.
That's great stuff.
Just don't eat it.
I want to back up something because Doc, you said something that struck a chord with me, and this goes back to this McDonald's conversation a little bit. In that, why is it so darn expensive to eat right? That is the biggest deterrent to me.
Because the food doesn't last. The foods that you can spray trans fats on and freeze and put them in. When you look at McDonald's and Wendy's, they buy their food in bulk. So they'll have, I don't know how many hamburgers. I'm probably going to exaggerate. 10,000 hamburgers show up. Well, they don't want any of those hamburgers to spoil, right, while they're waiting to sell them. So they put preservatives and other things on them, trans fats and other things that keep them from perishing. Whereas a lot of the organic stuff that you're talking about, if you talk about what is the meat that you can buy, the lunch meat that's boar's head.
Boar's head ham?
That meat lasts like 3 days, 4 days in a refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you get some of the other meats that have the preservatives, that meat will last 2 weeks.
Right.
So if your income is not such that, you have to buy bulk for your kids and, you can't afford to have this meat spoiling and you want to buy a lot of it and those kinds of things.
And therein lies the
way
problem.
You're gonna go.
And Doc, therein lies the problem. And that's why you have to make the enemy of your enemy your friend. Because we know, to your point, part of the reason why, like we talk about, I was mentioning this earlier, where you have lower educated, lower income people. They're going to these fast food places because that's the only place they can afford to feed their families. So I think what our responsibility has to be is not so much to make them the enemy, because a salad's a salad. And so if they got it for $1, let's encourage them to get the salad on the menu as opposed to saying there's a food desert. And that gives them the reason to say, well, I ain't worrying about it. There's a food desert. I'm just go here to Shakey's, quick, slick chicken and just eat all the chicken I want, because if I live in a food desert, ain't nothing I can do because the man is keeping me down, yada, 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 yada.
We're also a very lazy society, too, though. And it's easier to go and buy that food at the fast food place, get back home, get in front of the TV and eat it rather than you got to take it home and prepare it. You also don't want to keep going back to the grocery store.
That's the other thing.
Every
I
week,
think that's it.
Because you like
not just every week. It's like almost every 3 days.
Right. Exactly. You have to travel back again. So it's like, I don't feel like getting out of the bed, going to the store, walking up and down the aisles to get the food.
Yeah.
And that's why we need to make fast food chains like McDonald's, who we know have a lot. They got 12 different salads on the menu. 12. Plus,
there's the culture issues as well. We were taught to clean our plate. I can remember not being allowed to get up and leave the table unless the plate was empty.
Yeah, right.
And they've done a lot of the marketing for fast food. The main thing that Americans want when they finish a meal is to feel full. As a matter of fact, just a little uncomfortable.
Right. You're right.
The meal was not as good.
Well, Doc, the old me was I had to clean everybody's plate.
Oh, man.
Pada ping. Dr. Pullum, thank you so much for joining us like you do every week. We enjoy having you on the show.
It's my pleasure.
Thanks so much, Dr. Pullum. And Jamie, I'm going to deal with you. I'm going to deal with you in just a little bit.
Ask my wife. I clean everybody's plate.
I'm sure that you
How come I
probably
see that Scooby-Doo thing, like when he does the whole tongue thing? Like, when everybody turns their back here.
All right, everybody. Okay, coming up, Beyonce. Did she or didn't she? We'll take a closer look at that in a moment.
I'm Jamie Dukes, retired NFL player and current NFL Network analyst. The diseases of excess weight are taking a toll on the brown community, which includes African Americans, Mexican, Latino, and individuals of Asian descent. That's why the AARP's multicultural outreach is taking the lead to provide you with relevant tools like Chatricize. The AARP is more than just discounts. Did you know the AARP has cutting-edge programs to help boomers take the first steps towards financial freedom? We can help you devise a strategy to manage your money, control your mortgage debt, control consumer debt, and give you the strategy to maintain healthy credit. Boomers, it's time to learn everything AARP has to offer. Log on to aarp.org and make that first step today.
Hey there, this is T. Fox. Got a question for you. Are you looking for a way to lose some of that excess weight and drop a few pounds? Now, if you said, why, yes, I am, you're probably thinking losing weight can't be much fun, but you're wrong. It's time to get your Chatricize on. You've tried a lot of things, jogging, aerobics, not much fun, right? Well, Chatricize is just for you. Chatricize is based on the super popular cha-cha slide, the shuffle, and the other line dances. All the ones you've enjoyed at family reunions, at parties, and during a night on the town. In addition to our traditional Chatricize workout, we're also proud to offer Boomers Chatricize. Boomers Chatricize is for our seasoned folks in the prime of their lives, and it'll be sure to get everything moving and flowing. Chatricize is affordable for everyone. For only $9.95 plus shipping and handling, get the workout routine that will change your life. I know you've heard it before, but this is for real. Chatricize will change your life. And Boomers, we have an AARP discount of $7.95 plus shipping and handling for you. So you know what to do. Get your Chatricize on today. Log on to chatricize.com. That's ChaChersize.com.
Hi, family. This is Claude Mitchell. I'm the president of the Put Up Your Dukes Foundation. Here today to talk to you about one of our initiatives called the Billion Pound Blitz. The Billion Pound Blitz is a grassroots initiative that has an ambitious goal of losing 1 billion pounds annually. That's right, I said 1 billion pounds. Did you know the diseases of excess weight are taking a toll on the brown community, which includes African Americans, Mexicans, Latino, and individuals of Asian descent? Truth of the matter is that we can't afford not to do something. Did you know the U.S. government spent $165 billion last year on excess weight-related illnesses? That's more than they gave all the Wall Street banks combined for the bailout. If you're interested in more information on how you can be a part or how your organization can be a part of this movement, log on to www.billionpoundblitz.com. Once again, that's www.billionpoundblitz.com.
Okay, it is Ask the Fat Doctors, T. Fox, Jamie Dukes, Braxton Cosby, Dr. Braxton Cosby, back, and this is one of our favorite segments of the whole entire show called Hold On Player. And we were kind of talking off mic as we were waiting to come back. And my Hold On Player, I really didn't have one until I kind of was thinking about some things that happened this past week. And my Hold On Player really is kind of like a high five.
High five player.
It's kind of high five player.
High five player.
Yeah, okay. High five player.
Okay.
When First Lady Michelle Obama went on the Ellen DeGeneres show, and Ellen, challenged her to a push-up contest.
Right.
First of all, Michelle Obama went on there and she had on jeans and some sneakers. When have you ever seen a First Lady really rocking some jeans and some sneakers? Okay. Mm-hmm. Her hair was on flow, makeup flawless, looking good. You know what I'm saying? So Ellen challenged her to a push-up contest, and I'm talking about the First Lady got down, and she was like, boom, 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 boom. She was knocking them out. They was like, 1, 2, 3. I think Ellen ended up with 17. Michelle ended up at 25, and Michelle stopped and said, "Oh, are you done?" Oh, I just stopped because you did. Now that's a high five player.
High five player.
Well, I got a real hold on player.
Okay,
it's funny.
what you got?
I've been kind of fascinated with this whole. What's the guy's name? Jay somebody, the rapper or entertainer. Yeah, that guy. And his wife Beyonce.
Right.
They're married, right?
They are.
Yeah, and they had the baby.
Yeah.
And I got a tweet from a guy the other day, and his name is MLove7. I don't know why you just can't say my name's Jamie Dukes or whatever.
Right.
From the other day. Mm-hmm. And basically, MLove7 was saying that he didn't believe that Beyonce, because he saw some pictures of her, was actually had the baby. And the reason that they bought the hospital, paid the $1.5 million, is because they bought some. He didn't say alien baby. But some, so they're basically trying to say that she didn't have a baby because there's no way her body could have snapped back into shape the way it did. And that actually leads to something we're going to talk about next week is baby fat.
Right.
And just kind of what the body does. But if that's a hold on player for somebody to say that they don't think the lady had a baby, and
right? Okay, did she or didn't she?
She had a baby. Of course, she had the baby.
Right. Where's the baby? Where's the baby?
I gotta go back.
Where's the baby? Have they shown pictures of the baby?
Not yet.
I gotta go back to the OJ case. I wasn't there. I don't know what really happened. I mean, we can say he did all one, but I wasn't there. You know what I mean? And everybody who was ain't here.
Because her husband was supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Because that's his baby. It wasn't your baby.
So exactly. So since I wasn't there, I don't know.
Well, you know what?
So you're saying there's a possibility that because you're looking at the body. Okay, we're looking at the pictures online.
Okay, because
we see the pictures online, and she just snapped back into shape. But she got trainers.
Well,
when you make that kind of dough, you're supposed to be able to pop back into shape.
Well, that is correct, and how much you pay those trainers. The other piece is that I think
pay those trainers, I need to get out.
It's
well, think about it. They paid $1.5 million to get a wing of a hospital.
I think it's like $60,000 a year or something just for them to train. $75,000 a year. But this is the thing. When I was coming into the studio earlier tonight, I know that I noticed that you guys had a couple of pictures of Beyonce up, and you guys were looking at her body.
Not you guys.
No, we weren't looking.
Not you guys. Clarify, you guys.
We were reading
those
articles.
Guys.
Right.
Reading articles. That's right.
There was some nice articles on there.
Okay, so it was you, Dr. Cosby, and our producer, Daryl.
Yes.
He had him up. And I was reading the article.
And I do have to say that Jamie was off to the side. He wasn't participating.
Thank you.
But you guys were, and then you guys were looking at her breast and trying to figure out if her breasts were bigger than the other one.
Hold on, player. That's a hold on player. Because somebody pointed out those breasts. And I'm not going to say who it is.
When you got the conversation, I pointed out because it was ridiculous to me for somebody to, what was T-Love7 or whatever his name was, to say that the woman didn't have a baby, and just having my wife and having had babies, knowing that when you saw the pre and then you see the post and you see the breast engorged because of the milk, because now whether she's nursing or not,
right?
It was just obvious.
But
it's obvious.
But her breasts will be and are supposed to be bigger after she has the baby.
And that's what I was trying to point out to these two knuckleheads.
A picture is worth 1,000 words, and so is what's the name of that program you can do? You can go on there and fix it all up.
Oh, you talking about Photoshop? Oh,
you might have photoshopped a couple of sizes higher. That's all I'm saying.
So you're saying that her breasts are bigger because they photoshopped them and not because they're engorged from lactation from her lactating?
I gotta go back to the OJ trial.
Okay. All right. Okay. We're gonna come.
Can you believe it?
I can't.
Can you believe it?
I can't. So
they photoshopped the baby pictures too, like where the baby, where she was pregnant.
Yeah,
I don't know how they. It was a pillow. It was a pillow.
It was a pillow.
That's what. Yeah.
So, we're gonna come back in just a moment and wrap up the show. I got to deal with Braxton. We'll be back in a second.
Just saying.
We'll be back in a moment. Braxton,
I'm just saying.
I'm Jamie Dukes, retired NFL player and current NFL Network analyst. The diseases of excess weight are taking a toll on the brown community, which includes African Americans, Mexican, Latino, and individuals of Asian descent. That's why the AARP's multicultural outreach is taking the lead to provide you with relevant tools like Chatricize. You know the AARP is more than just discounts. Did you know the AARP has cutting-edge programs to help boomers take the first steps towards financial freedom? We can help you devise a strategy to manage your money, control your mortgage debt, control consumer debt, and give you the strategy to maintain healthy credit. Boomers, it's time to learn everything AARP has to offer. Log on to aarp.org and make that first step today.
Hey there, this is T. Fox. Got a question for you. Are you looking for a way to lose some of that excess weight and drop a few pounds? Now, if you said, why, yes, I am, you're probably thinking losing weight can't be much fun, but you're wrong. It's time to get your Chatricise on. You've tried a lot of things, jogging, aerobics, not much fun, right? Well, Chatricise is just for you. Chatricise is based on the super popular cha-cha slide, the shuffle, and the other line dances. You know, all the ones you've enjoyed at family reunions, at parties, and during the night on the town. In addition to our traditional Chatricise workout, we're also proud to offer Boomers Chatricise. Boomers Chatricise is for our seasoned folks in the prime of their lives, and it'll be sure to get everything moving and flowing. Chatricise is affordable for everyone. For only $9.95 plus shipping and handling, get the workout routine that will change your life. I know you've heard it before, but this is for real. Chatricise will change your life. And Boomers, we have an AARP discount of $7.95 plus shipping and handling for you. So you know what to do. Get your Chatricise on today. Log on to Chatricise.com. That's CHATRERSIZE.com.
Do you have questions about how to manage your weight problem? Do you just want to lose 20 pounds? Do you need to lose 100 pounds? I'm Dr. Braxton Cosby, and I want to tell you about AskTheFactDoctors.com. Log on and submit your excess weight-related questions, and we will guide you to the right weight management solution to get the job done. For those of you who are battling diseases like sleep apnea, breast and prostate cancer, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and other comorbidities, the truth is, excess weight is in many cases a contributing factor. AskTheFatDoctors.com wants to help you. We've assembled an army of the best doctors in the world to get you the answers you need to get that weight off, which may be hampering your quality of life. At AskTheFatDoctors.com, privacy is our motto. Your questions will be submitted in a secure environment, and we will respond directly to you. You have our word on that. So log on to AskTheFatDoctors.com and find the solutions you need to get that excess weight off and fight the diseases of excess weight.
Okay, we are back, and I've gotten on Braxton during the break.
Yeah,
I had to get on you for acting up earlier.
Sorry.
But we're back, and you have a very interesting story.
A quick story.
Yeah,
quick story.
Quick
Up in New York, having dinner with my uncle, and we with two ladies.
And we have to make sure that people know.
Who's your uncle again?
We can't just automatically think they know. Uncle Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby.
Right?
Uncle Bill Cosby.
And the waiter brings over a little napkin and says that a gentleman sent over this note and he wanted him to read it. So my uncle passes it to this lady and she starts reading it. It's like, Dear Bill Cosby, thank you so much for your contributions. Love the show, yada yada. Said years ago when I was 8 years old, this is a grown man in his 30s. Years ago when I was either 8 or 10 years old, I met you at a hotel somewhere, some lavish hotel somewhere, and said, and you came up to me and asked me to borrow my digital watch. And you gave me your gold Rolex in exchange for it. And my uncle chimed in, oh yeah, I remember that watch. I needed to go running that day, and I couldn't time myself, so I just traded him my watch, my Rolex, for his digital watch. And we're all sitting at the table going,
Are you serious?
So he said he took the watch and he said he's cherished it for that day.
Sure.
So my uncle exactly. He said he still has it today. So my uncle goes ahead and he takes the napkin and he takes a pen. He says, I'm not giving a pen. So he starts writing on there, give me back my watch, you thief. And then he sends it back over, you know. But I mean, it's just
That's
those types
classic.
of little stories, man, and they just happen all the time. I heard so many of them, it was just crazy.
I got another little story
That's
for you.
great. That's
I want to put a
classic.
button on this whole conversation with Beyonce. And, and something, one of the pictures that Daryl had up was funny. My wife and I, we kind of go back and forth. There's a couple of things, Braxton. You may not be aware of this.
Okay.
That's innate about women. Anytime you see a woman take a photo, she gonna pop that leg up.
That's
that
right.
one leg,
That's what
turn
you
the hip to the side to pop that leg up. And I just laugh. So anytime I see women taking these photos, I just crack up laughing because, like,
That's what we
we're
do.
on family trips, and no matter, you put a camera up, that leg pop.
But that's what
I mean,
we do.
put a camera up anywhere, leg pop.
You're not
I mean,
taught
it's-
that.
I mean,
That's
yeah.
not something we're taught.
I mean, it's like a
Something
reflex.
we know.
Okay.
And it's so the funny thing is, I've just never, men, we don't have anything. The other thing that women have that just, and you got to start paying attention to this.
Okay.
Purse.
That's right.
Women they can be with no shoes, walking barefoot, butt naked. They're gonna have a nice purse.
That's right.
Something's
Don't
gotta be in
say
that.
what I'm saying?
You just looked and peered over here.
That's what I'm saying. No, you could, and I never noticed it because I'm wondering what my wife's got going on with these bags and why she got to keep going through these expensive bags. Like, oh, hey, just hold on to that one, player. That's nice. Yeah, I like that one. Oh, cause you finished?
That's right.
So with the women, the leg pops up.
The leg pops up and the purse.
But if they're naked, then the men, what pops up? I mean, talking about something else
Right,
pops
see,
up.
Pada ping. You know what, Daryl? We're gonna need to get like
Where's my drum roll,
my
man?
drum roll, my pada ping or something.
Rim shot.
That was a rim shot. Okay, coming up next week, we're gonna be talking about baby fat. I was gonna say body fat, but next week.
Well, it is body fat though.
Well,
That's a Freudian slip.
It is.
What happens after the baby?
And
Muscle
how,
and fat wise.
how much is enough, and how long does it take to get rid of it? We'll talk about that next week.
And what if you don't ever get rid of it and you keep adding?
A lot of women don't.
Right.
You know, when women say, "Oh, that's just baby fat." Oh, when was your baby? How old was your baby?
Exactly.
16. What? So we'll talk about that next week. Also, we're going to be talking
Just
about
graduated.
right.
College.
24.
Went on.
So health and wellness is more than just physical. We'll take a deeper next week, and also Jamie's frenemies is going to be in high gear next week. So we're going to be talking about that. Yeah, on and popping. So Dr. Cosby, make sure you have a great week.
You guys
And send Brax back.
Yeah, send Brax
You
back.
miss Brax.
Yeah,
He came back.
because-
Brax
no,
Didn't he? No.
Man, you was too laid back. You know, a lot of your
man.
uncle kind of rubbed off on you this time. You laid back.
Got all highbrow.
Oh, we need to get him his medical journal back.
He want to get rid of my pathology.
Oh, get rid
No, he had that before.
No, he's
Something
had that
happened.
before.
Maybe it was
So
the private plane or something.
Oh.
That's what it was. It was
could've
that
been.
filet mignon and the lobster.
yeah.
That's what it was. So just send Brax back next
Yeah,
week.
just send Brax
I'll
back.
see what I can do.
Okay,
He
yeah.
might still be in New York.
He might be. JD, have a good week.
You too.
All right.
Love you.
okay. All right.
Bye.
Love you back, and we'll see you next week.